Hi, my name's Nick Tann and welcome to my Fresh Music Fix. Artists from around the world send me their music. I pick the songs I like the best and put them together in a podcast for you. In this, a very special podcast, because I'm not here this week and I thought I'd treat you to something a little bit special. If some of you don't know, I used to do a podcast called Is This Thing On, and I started doing that in 2008. Yes, all those years ago. And I thought what I'd do is I'd play you. I'd put one of these podcasts in, one of these episodes in for a bit of a treat. And it's been very interesting. I listened to this the other day, and I've also just looked at the original show notes for it, which I've put on for this show as well. So the original show notes are where they used to be on IsThisthingOnpodcast.com, but it's also going to be on this episode show notes as well. So this is podcast number 107 of Is This Thing On, and this went out live on December the 4th, 2011. So listening to it, I must have had some kind of hiatus, because I come back in with it and I explained that I'd been away for a little bit, so I don't know what that was all about. So the artists in this podcast are, what have we got? We've got Captain Backfire, we've got Vivid Nation, we've got We Still Flies, we've got Anya McCluskey talking about her new band, Siggy Gudmundsson and his single, which is awesome, Catfish and the Bottlemen, and this is Sidewinder. Now Sidewinder wasn't released until 2016, so I don't know what version it is that I've got of this. I didn't do a comparison. I've also got a single by John Gom, who's doing great guns now, Killing No Murder, the Cherry Bluestones, how about that, what else have I got? I've got it written on a bit of paper, and some other people that I can't find. What was it? I cannot find it. I think I might have thrown a bit of paper away or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I introduce it as I usually do in my own inimitable fashion. I also, my daughter Izzy, I talked to her in this, and she's in the picture on the show notes, so I've put that up. Also, there's a comment by Tom. By lovely Tom. Oh, Tom, mate, he's no longer with us. Poor Tom. And if you know Tom, you know who I mean. I'm not going to go into the details, but he's sadly no longer with us. But he makes a comment on this, so you'll have to go through to the original show notes on Is This Thing On podcast to see him. And I think that's all there is. So I haven't remixed it. I've remastered it, so it sounds a little bit better than it did do before. But other than that, I haven't touched it. So this is it. This is what it was in 2011. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'd love to see some comments and I'd love to see what you think. And I will speak to you very, very soon. We're back. Hello and welcome to Is This Thing On podcast number 107. So what did you do? What did you do for 4 weeks? Did you just sit there, just lamenting, staring into your computer, looking into your iPod or whatever your MP3 player is? It's always iPods. Oh, am I kidding? What other MP3 players are there? They're iPods, for God's sake. Yeah, well, we're back. I've got a renewed vigour for podcasting. I've got a renewed passion for independent music. Actually, this is the second time I've done this, so I was on the ball a minute ago when I did the first one, but the computer screwed up, so I had to start all over again. Anyway, not your problem. I've got some fantastic tunes for you this week. Honestly, I'm a little bit excited. The first track I'm going to play is from a band called Captain Backfire. Played them a couple of weeks before. Well, actually, it's probably 6 weeks ago now. This is a new track of theirs called Double Kid. I've actually had to cut a minute off it because the intro just goes on for bloody ages. We're going to cut to the meat of it. Anyway, let's get into it. Captain Backfire, Double Kid.
The smoke rolls off my lips and I feel better. I feel your fingertips and I feel all I feel. I hope it's not my fault and I'm not in control. These are the things you whisper cold truth. And if it's all for show and I'm in control, the only one left for me is saying Jude. My back's a bandwagon for monkeys and thieves. They say, don't be silly, you're just seeing things. But I can feel them crawling, yes, I hear failure calling. And it's that old familiar song that you know so well, saying, come back to hell where the weather's good. And you know all the women do just like they should. Come back to bed and rest your weary head. Oh, you've got it so tough and you'll never be good enough. Yeah, hope it's not my fault, I'm not in control. These are the things you whisper call truth. And if it's all for show and I'm in control, the only one left for me is saying Jude. And I don't wanna hear them say shame, he was a good kid. I don't wanna hear them say shame, he had the wrong friend. And I don't wanna hear them say shame, she was a good kid. I don't wanna hear them say shame, she had a bad man. I don't wanna hear them say shame, he was a good kid. And I don't wanna hear them say shame, he thought the wrong things. And I don't wanna hear them say shame, he was a bad kid. He was a double kid, we never should have trusted him. I hope it's not my fault, I'm not in control. These are the things you whisper call true. And if it's all for show and I'm in control, the only one left for me is saying Jude. And smoke rolls off my lips, and I feel better. I feel your fingertips, and I feel better.
Hello, I'm a posh bird, and you're listening to Nick Tann's Is This Thing On podcast.
You certainly are. That was Captain Backfire and Double Kid. Fantastic track. I had to cut about a minute off the beginning of it because it just sort of, I don't know, I wanted to get into the meat of the song, although I had a bit of an intro in it. This one's got a bit of an intro in it, but it's got some fantastic meat. This is a great track from a band called Vivid Nation. This is worth listening to. Sit back, turn up a little bit. It's a bit rocky, this. And it's called We're Not Built the Same. This is Vivid Nation.
Today's your turn, though you're better off alone with it. And I feel obliged to change, though you're better off alive way. So how can I refrain from change when you and I were built the same? So how can I rebuild again when you and I don't feel the same? You're quick to pass the blame, so take a walk and think again. And I feel the pain inside. Though you're better off alive this way. So how can I refrain from change when you and I were built the same? So how can I rebuild again when you and I don't feel the same?
My name is Keiko and you are listening to Nick Tann's Is This Thing on podcast.
Keiko, I've missed you, Keiko. Have you missed Keiko? I miss Keiko. I've got lots of news and bits and pieces to tell you later on, but I'd like to get a big chunk of music out of the way first. But later on, I've got some other stuff. Have you got news? What's your news? I've got loads of stuff going on. My word, I'll tell you what. This has probably been my busiest, well, we're in December now, but November probably been my busiest year of things to do and experiences had, etc. Anyway, from one long track to one quite short track, this is a band called We Still Flies, and this is called Our World.
Cold heart and cold blood, this will soon pass, my friend. Darkness in your life will soon evolve to light, and you will feel good to reach the end. Cold blood and cold heart, you'll be feeling better better soon. Take your memories and your dreams in your back pocket with you as you fly towards the moon. We will create our own world to help you forget yours. We'll make this little world together and finally be free. Warm hands and warm hearts. Now the days of dreams are here. There's a place to be and only find by people looking. You must always keep this near. We will create our own world to help you forget yours. We'll make this little world together and finally be free. We will create our own world to help you forget yours. We'll make this little world together and finally be free. And finally be free.
Hi, this is Chris from Canada. You're listening to Nick Tann's Is This Thing On podcast.
I forgot about that, Chris, and I'm very sorry. Is this working? I can't hear myself anymore.
Wait a minute.
Hang on.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? I can't hear me.
Because I can't hear anything else in these headphones.
Can't you?
No, I can only hear you.
See, Izzy's here, and she's plugged something in, and I can't hear me. Oh, that's all right. I know. I'm there because I can see it. Look, it's making little things, isn't it? Yes, it is making little things. It's fine. All right, don't touch any. Don't touch anything else. We're doing fine.
It was plugged in all the way.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Right, yeah, that was We Still Flyers and Our World. Sounds a little bit like Steve Lois, doesn't it? Don't you reckon? Steve, a little bit familiar? Maybe a little bit familiar. Steve Lois? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know if Steve listens. A lot of artists don't listen. I don't mind that. In fact, I quite like the fact that a lot of artists don't listen because it's not for them. This is for people that want to listen to music. Well, obviously, I mean, artists still want to listen to music. I'm blighted all artists, then, haven't I? Anyway, let me just shut up about that. And that was Chris, a new jingle for me. She sent it a while ago, and I should have kind of like sent something back saying, thanks, Chris, I'll play it in the next podcast, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't. I've forgotten. So I'm playing it now, and this is it, Chris. Chris from Canada. Thanks a lot for sending your music. Thanks a lot for sending the jingle, and I very much appreciate it. And I shall play it. Well, obviously I've played it now, and I shall play it in further podcasts. Like I said, I've been very, very busy. I'll tell you more about some stuff that's happened to me in the month of November. But what did happen to me last week was Anya. Anya came along with Joe or Tom or somebody. Actually, we talk about it in the bit that's coming up now, and recorded a nice interview and a fantastic tune, a brand new song of hers called Black Coffee, which is a B-side of something or some other thing that's happening. But she's also going to tell us about a great happening that's going to be going on later on this year, which I'm going to go to. I think it's on the 17th. Anyway, let me crack on with it. This is Anya McCluskey and an interview that we did last week and a live song, and it all sounds lovely. Anyway, on with this. Right, so to celebrate... Oh, I'll stand up now because we're all standing up. To celebrate, if a celebration was needed, the return of Is This Thing On podcast, I have with me Anya McCluskey and Joe.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I think you might need to come into the microphone just a little bit. I always say this and it always sounds fine on the podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to do this and do that, but it's quite nice. That picks it all up. So, what have you been up to since a time that you want to talk to me about?
We've been up to loads, actually. I think we've done a lot of gigs in the last few months. We've just been up to Manchester and Preston to play some shows.
Yeah? Where did you play up there?
We played at a place called Fuel Cafe in Manchester, which is like a kind of mad vegetarian cafe, and we played on a poetry / stand-up comedy / music night, although the other two bands had pulled out, so it's just us.
Yeah, and some comedians. Which
Comedians. Oh yeah, which was amazing.
Yeah, but were they funny? Because I found that sometimes they go, we've got some comedians as well, and you go, oh, really? And they come along and go, and the audience just kind of sits there in a stunned silence.
They're all very risque, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of dirty jokes. And there was one guy who would kind of in your face, he was all walking around and...
confrontational.
Yeah.
He completely alienated a couple on their third date, I think. They left.
Yeah, they got picked on quite a lot.
Really? Yeah, you can pick on some people if they can take it, but then sometimes you just need to leave it. But you're back home.
Yes, we're back home.
Yep.
Having a 2-week gig break.
Mm-hmm.
But preparing for loads of stuff for next year.
Brilliant. Now, you told me a little bit about what you're going to do next year, but we're going to talk about that another time. But what are you going to do for Christmas?
Well, we're doing like a kind of massive Sotones event at the Hobbit on the 17th of December.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is it? The Moulettes.
Because so we've got Annie McCluskey, who is Annie McCluskey, and also part of Haunted Stereo.
Yeah.
And Joe, you've got it written it down here now.
You can pronounce it however you
want.
Can
I? Eto Shin.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Eto Shin. Okay, Keiko to say that for me. So I've got to ask, haven't I? Where'd you get that name from?
Well, it's kind of a... it doesn't really mean anything. I didn't really want a name that meant anything, so it's just a kind of collection of letters, and I liked it. So that's it.
Great,
really.
Joe. Great. That's great. So you're with that band, and but you're also going to do some stuff with Anya in a minute. You're going to play double bass. We've just been talking about double bass because I've got the Hungarian.
Yeah.
So I was sort of getting a few tips about bowing and how to hold the thing and all that kind of stuff. And you've got nicer strings. Yours is a much more beautiful bass than mine.
Yeah.
But mine's been through the wars, probably quite literally. It's been through wars. The Hungarian
which
over a
ones?
while. The Austro-Hungarian War, probably.
Probably,
yeah. A little bit late, but never mind. Yeah, it's quite old actually. That bass. So, where were we? I'm going to get back into this again. I'm out of the swing of all this chatting stuff.
The Sotones Records Christmas party.
Sotones Record Christmas Party, which will feature Annie McCluskey and the stereo. What's it? Haunted Stereo.
Haunted Stereo are waiting till next year.
Right, we don't talk about them.
But
swines.
We won't mention them.
Okay.
I'm still in them. Though.
I think I mentioned them once, but I got away with it.
Okay. No, it's an annual thing. We do it every year. We throw a massive Christmas party for Sotones Records with all the bands on it. So this year, because we've grown, we've got the Moulettes headlining, Fred Kinbom, who's a signing from Brighton. We've got Etaj Shin. We've got myself. Dave Myatt from Thomas Tantrum is revealing his new project, Dave Myatt's Paper Band.
Ah, hang on, I think I've had...
Joe and myself.
I think it's like some sort of incestuous family, isn't it, Sotones?
Yeah. We've got
is that an anagram of incest? No, not quite.
We've got a bet on this year and which one of us, me and Joe, can play in most of the bands on the lineup.
Yeah, I nearly got into 4, I think. But
really?
I'm going to be in 3.
That's
I'm
disgusting.
doing 3 as well.
Yeah.
And I'm going to recruit Anya next year to help me on my new album. Hang on.
I'm doing 4.
Oh.
I beat you.
Well, who else are you doing?
Fred Kinbom. I'm playing accordion for him.
Hang on.
Your band, my band, and Dave Myatt.
See, Dave Myatt is a friend of mine on Facebook, and probably some other places as well. Because I don't know about you, after a while, the names become a blur on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and Google Plus now is actually doing my nutting.
Not used to it.
I don't know that.
People keep saying, "Oh, you've got to get into Google Plus." And every so often I sort of like wander in there and go, "Oh, what's going on here?" And I see that something that I put up there, as like months ago, has had something like 20 replies to it of all these different people that I don't know. But I'm sure Dave Myatt and Paper. What was it you said?
Dave Myatt's Paper Band.
Paper Band.
Well, he used to have a solo act.
I'm sure he sent me something.
He used to have a... Did I just say Paper Act? He used to have a band. His band name was Jackie Paper.
Right, that's right, yeah.
But, he's grown up now, so it's Dave Myatt's Paper Band.
Right, okay. Well, enough about him. He's not here. He can sort his own publicity out. So there's him, and there's you, and so it's on the 17th of December. Is it in the evening? What day of the week is that?
Yeah, in the evening at the Hobbit. It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
A Saturday night. It's a proper night.
Saturday, yeah. It's
music night.
Free entry before 10, and I think it's a Hobbit, so £2 after 10.
Yeah.
And there's loads of activities. We're going to have a record stand. Every band's going to do a Christmas song cover, which we'll reveal on the night, I guess. We're doing an all-star kind of Sotones Band-Aid performance.
You're going to record it?
Maybe
someone could shoot it. And you could release it as a DVD.
But everyone might be slightly inebriated.
But that makes it even better, though. People like that.
It will make me look amazing because I'm teetotal.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people said that when I stopped smoking, when I stopped drinking and doing podcasts, that they went downhill. My drunken podcasts were much better. But as I said to you earlier on, I did get paid in Jack Daniels the other night, so that inebriated state may return. Who knows? So that's fantastic. So you're going to play a song for us now, and can you tell me about the song, please? Tell me about the song, and tell me about the song now.
It's a song called Black Coffee, which is one of my, it'll be B-side release next year, and it's a song for which we're also doing a stop motion animation video, which will come out sometime in January. So it's just me and Joe playing it together.
Brilliant. Okay. Wonderful. Well, let's hear that now then.
Yeah, thanks.
The irony of perfect treachery makes me want to see how you cannot be drawn to me with blithesome energy and brave flamboyancy. Convivial and frivolous, you talk to me so effortlessly. Your eyes are beautiful. Stare at you heavy-heartedly in pensive camaraderie. You're so far from the truth. What makes this so demoralized? Your nerve impurity, my quiet apprehension. The awkward knowledge of everything we are, we were, we won't be. Convivial and frivolous, talk to me so effortlessly. Your eyes are beautiful. Stare at you heavy-heartedly in pensive camaraderie. You're so far from the truth.
Poshbird again. For more information on who has been played on the podcast, simply go to IsThisthingOnpodcast.com. Can you do that? Good,
I hope you can. Pop along to the website because I've just put in a forum. If you go onto that website and click on forum on one of the pages, you'll go to a forum. I've built it a couple of weeks ago with the intention of artists being able to use it as a resource to find out about gigs in different areas, and also for listeners to the podcast, fans of the bands that have been played, to go on and basically chat. Just use it as a forum, use it as a chat room, or whatever you like. I've got some ideas on how I'd like it to develop, but I think really it needs to develop organically. So go along to that IsThisthingOnpodcast.com website, click on forum, and you have to do a signing in thing, which is really easy. You just create a little thing for yourself. It's not, it's like a chav Facebook. It's really easy. Actually, I shouldn't say chav. It's a dreadful thing to say. So what have I been doing? Well, I'll tell you a bit more about what I've been doing and my plans, etc. Because I'm sure you just can't bloody wait to find out what I'm going to do. But they can't, can they?
No.
What are you eating? Caramel. Disgraceful. Another track. Let's play you some more music. This is a track from Sigurður Gudmundsson, one of my probably the best bass player. Sigurður Gudmundsson. Surely you've heard of Sigurður Gudmundsson from Iceland.
That's a cool name.
It's a cool name, isn't it? Yeah. He's a very cool guy actually, and this is a very cool track. This is called Nam. Sigurður Gudmundsson and Nam.
Hey everybody, this is Salmi Dahlstrom, and you're listening to Nick Tann. I'm gonna do it again. That's the one he's gonna use.
And I do. I use it every time. That was Salmi Dahlstrom there. But doing the jingle, not doing the music, because that was Sigurd Gudmundsson. See, well, you see, I've been playing his stuff for bloody ages, so I've got to know his name. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it properly. I say it with confidence. So, who's going to disagree with me? The only person that's going to disagree with me is Siggy himself. I'll play everything. So, if you're listening to the podcast for the first time, I've played some rocky stuff and blah blah blah. I'll play jazz. I'll play whatever I like because it's my podcast. It's kind of like my own personal mixtape of stuff that I've received. I pretty much always play stuff that's been sent to me. I don't go to other websites and find stuff off. I haven't got time. I'm a busy man. Now, I'll tell you, I know I've been teasing you with what I'm going to be doing, but I want to play this track next. This is a great little track. It was sent to me a couple of weeks ago. This is Catfish with the Bottlemen. Catfish and the Bottlemen and Sidewinder. This is absolutely gorgeous.
こんにちは、ニックさん。私はノニーと言います。ニックさんの IsThisthingOnpodcast の日本のリスナーです。
Very nice. Very nice, Ronnie. Thanks very much, mate. That was Catfish and the Bottlemen. Brilliant little track there called Sidewinder. Lovely. Love that kind of thing. Now, what have I been up to? Well, November's been a very interesting month for me. There's lots of little plans and little bits and pieces that I'll be leaching out into the podcast as the weeks and the months progress. But one of the things that I have decided to do is to change the way I look at my music. Now, you might be listening to this for the first time and you might not know that I am an artist as well. I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been playing my own stuff for donkey's years. I go out and I play around Southampton. I play gigs in Southampton and I play gigs all around Hampshire, in London, in Sussex, in Wiltshire. I play anywhere basically. Bristol as well. And one of the things that I wanted to do is get paid for what I'm doing. And it's often a big moan of artists, especially singer-songwriters, that go out and play, we don't get any money for it, we don't do this, we don't do that. And I've been one of those people, but I've decided that it's not for me anymore. It really isn't for me, doing these sort of half-hour gigs and then just getting disappointed, especially generally. If you're not getting paid for the gig's generally shit. It really is. It is, though. I mean, there are open mics you can go and play, and that's fine. I'll go and do an open mic every so often, and I'm going to continue to do those because I need to rehearse some songs, a reason why I'll tell you in a moment. But the thing is that I want to be a full-time professional musician. That's my aim. It's been my aim since I was like 13 or 14, really. And every so often, as we all do, as Matt Stevens will tell you, actually, I must get an interview with Matt soon. I did speak to him a couple of weeks ago. But congratulations, Matt Stevens. They just had a little boy. Him and his wife just had a little boy. That we try things and we do things for a while and we say, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, but then you sort of try different things. And what happened to me was a couple of weeks ago, I did a gig with a guy. I supported a guy called John Gom, whose track I'm going to play. Who's one of his tracks I'm going to play after this little chat. And he's been doing what I want to do. And what he does is he's got a big set. He's got 2 45-minute sets. He can probably do 2 1-hour sets. And he gets his own gigs and he plays in nice big venues and he plays in nice pubs, etc, etc. Now, he doesn't just phone these places up and say, oh, can I have a gig? And they go, oh, yeah, all right then. It's taken him a long time to build up a relationship with a lot of venues, to build up a relationship with his fans, to sell CDs, get mailing lists, all that sort of stuff. The sort of stuff that I've kind of been aiming towards as well. You know, I've got a mailing list. If you want to join my mailing list, go to nicktann.co.uk and all the details are there. But he's kind of thrown himself into it properly, which is what I want to do. So what I'm doing is I've got a list up on my door of a lot of my songs, and I'm aiming towards making a 2-hour set list. And every week I'm going to work on one of those songs. At the moment there's 24 songs up on my wall. Have you seen my
No.
Look on the door.
Oh.
Yeah, see, so these are songs already written, already done, but not very well rehearsed. So every week I'm going to rehearse a new song, well, an old song, and breathe a new life into it, with the aim of putting it into a 2-hour set. Now, for a singer-songwriter like myself, to sustain people's interest for 2 hours with just me and a guitar, it's going to be hard work. So these songs have got to be well crafted, they've got to be well played, and they've got to be well performed, and that is what I'm aiming to do. And that's basically it. I'll talk about other stuff that I've been doing as well, but that's kind of what I'm aiming towards with my music. Now, if I only do 1 or 2 gigs next year, that's okay. That's okay. I want to play nice big gigs in nice venues, and I want to get paid for them. And I think that if you put yourself, or well, you will find out, if you put yourself in that bracket and say, right, no more will I go down and play Down the Dog and Duck at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night in front of 8 people, 4 of which are other artists that are going to come and play after me, for no money, or for a drink, or for a half-price pizza or something, I'm not going to do it. So if you want to hear me play, if you want to hear me sing and do my thing, then I'll play in a big venue, and let's see how that playing goes. It might crash and burn, it might not work, but then if it doesn't work, then maybe I wasn't that good in the first place. But it won't be for lack of trying. So, John Gom, you may have heard of him before. He's been played on a lot of podcasts. He's going to be quite big. He's been doing his stuff for a few years now. He's one of these tapping guitarists. I don't want to put him into a bracket, but to give you an idea, so how he works, because the track I'm going to play you, he played at the platform in Southampton, the platform? No, just the platform in Southampton a couple of weeks ago, and I saw him do it live, and all the things that you're going to hear on this track, he plays on his guitar all at the same time. Now, the track that's really famous on the web at the moment, his video's gone viral, is a track that I've played before called Passion Flower. And it's a great little track, really great. And the video on YouTube's gone viral. There's over 500,000 people have watched this video, and he's becoming quite famous because of this video, and it's gone viral, and it's brilliant. But I supported him a couple of weeks ago, like I said, and he gave me one of his albums. I gave him one of my albums. That's what you do when you do like an album swap. And I listened to his album, and it's fantastic, really great album. But for me, this track I'm going to play you, not particularly clever, with the guitar thing, but it's a lovely song. So here we go. This is John Gomm and a beautiful track 4 of his album called Gloria.
Kiss. It was a moment of pure bliss. My stomach went tight, my head set alight, and I thought, hey, what's this? I remember your arms and a few other body parts, and I knew I'd make sure nothing of yours would go unexplored. And I said, I don't need no food, just give me Gloria. Don't need no music when I'm with her. Ooh. I remember your dad. Yeah, 'cause he had a skinhead, and he had a tattoo that the years had turned blue. It said, don't fuck with me. And I remember your house. Oh. In the yard was a kitchen sink, and your mom would make tea and Benson's for 3 and tip me the wink. I said, I don't need no food, just give me Gloria. And I don't need no music when I'm with her. I knew that you'd hate me forevermore, but I think of you still. In fact, you're actually in my will. I leave you my card. It's been pretty far, and it doesn't like hills. And I think I don't need no food, just give me Gloria. I
Just give me Gloria. I don't need no music when I'm with her.
My name is Red Stripe, and you're listening to Nick Tann's Is This Thing On podcast.
Thank you, that was Red Stripe. And, there was another little noise there, wasn't there? You hear that? That was that little bit finishing off. And I spoke to Red earlier on this week. I sent him he sent me something on Facebook to sort of say hi. And I thought, I'll give him a ring back. So I rang him back, and I thought the ring, you know when you phone somebody and the ring's a bit weird. I go, hello, mate, where are you? He went, Bangkok. I went, are you? I was driving down the A316 in Twickenham, talking to someone in Bangkok. Yes, I know you might be going, yeah, of course you can do that sort of thing now, but it still freaks me out a little bit, and it's still amazing. Now, some of you might have listened to that track Gloria and went, yeah, but hang on a minute, Nick, he couldn't have been playing that all at the same time because there was a drum thing going on. Yeah, that drum thing was him hitting the guitar at the same time as he played it. They go, yeah, okay, all right, fair enough. But there was a bit at the end where it got all distorted guitar, and you got distorted guitar and not distorted guitar playing the bass. He can't do that. And you go, yes, he can, because he's got two pickups on his guitar. I've seen him do it. So he has one. He has two things plugged into his guitar.
You're just repeating the things that I said. You went, no, but that can't work.
I know. Yeah. I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. You see, because other people will think the same as you. Believe it or not.
Sorry.
But that's what happens. He's got two pickups in his guitar. So he's got two cables coming out, two wires, two leads coming out of his guitar, one going through one set of effects and one going through another set of effects. And that's how he does it. So he's playing the bass. Look.
I really want to find another reason why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, it's one of those things that it does work because I've seen it. I sat there the whole gig. And me thinking, I've got to do something like this, a whole 2-hour gig, and which is what I said on the list on the door and all that.
Maybe he's got some secret guy behind the curtain.
Well, there wasn't a curtain, so there you go. Right, that's enough about that. It's enough about Red Stripe. Let's get on with some more music. Probably about 6 weeks, maybe 2 months ago, you might remember that I played a folk club, not a folk club, an acoustic club in Seend, which you go sitting there scratching your head going, Seend, where the hell's Seend? Well, you know where Trowbridge is?
Yeah.
No, you know where Trowbridge do you know where Devizes is? No, and people are like, where these are the places in part of Middle Earth. Well, it's in between Devizes and Trowbridge, and people go, well, I don't even know where that is. It's some sort of part of weird. You know where Stonehenge is? It's a bit up from there. And anyway, that's where I was. And playing that night were a great band called Killing No Murder. Now, I played a couple of weeks ago the violin player of this band, his band. But I've just got some tracks from them. And for me, the best track of the night that they played was this track. This is Killing No Murder and the reality TV star.
Ghosts of the past I can see, shadows and shimmering lights, but the road's winding on, and I'm seeing the turning inside. Generations lost in the moment. Is history wiped from your mind? Can you see them still? The shadows of past lost lives. Oh, can you believe it? The masses pure delight. The reality star and model, and the dreams they hold inside. Yes, the masses pure delight and lost lights. Won't you please turn it over? 'Cause I can't stand this sight. It all seems so wrong, but you all along thought it right.
say potato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say tomato. If you said potato or even tomato, like what the Americans do, I'd kill you.
Absolutely beautiful. What a lovely piece of music that was. Killing No Murder and the reality TV star. And that was, of course, Napoleon, who is singing one of the many jingles for the Hot Potatoes podcast. If you have never heard of the Hot Potatoes podcast, you might remember Watch Your Mother's podcast, which has now transmuted into the Hot Potatoes podcast, which is another podcast that I do. I edit it, I sort of produce bits of it, and I write songs for it, etc., etc. It's a British comedy podcast. It's very silly. There's no bad language in it, but there's lots of horrible subjects spoken about. And I advise you not to go to hotpotatoespodcast.com. So don't go there. You won't like it. There's about 8 people that like it. It's very selective humour. You'll hate it. So don't go there, obviously. But you can listen to the Cherry Blue Storms. I've done it again. Stones, the Cherry Blue Stones. The Cherry Blue Stones have got a concept album, and this is a brand new track from it. And Debbie sent it to me a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to play it for you now. It's called, I don't know what it's called. It's so new, I don't know what it's called. I know what it's called. It's called By Your Leave. Have a listen to this.
We've been going head to toe. We had bad seeds to sow and sowed them underground. So much time, so much to know. We learned to let it go and let it go another round. Away, away you go tomorrow. You stayed a bit too long. Okay, we'll have no sorrow here. You say, will I play you a song? And by your leave I will. You better believe I will. All our fears are in the past. We went from first to last and lasted out the years. Now our journey's at an end, but we can part as friends. There's no need for tears. Away, away you go tomorrow. You stayed a bit too long. Okay, we'll have no sorrow here. You say, will I play you a song? And by your leave I will. You better believe I will. By your leave I will. You better believe I will. Better believe I will.
Hello, my name is Andrew Foster, and you're listening to Nick Tann's Is This On?
Gorgeous. That was the Cherry Blue Storms. No, the Cherry Blue Stones. Oh, bugger. And that was By Your Leave from their new album. I don't know if their album's finished yet, but that track certainly is. And that was Andrew Foster, who I know is a big fan of the Cherry Blue Stones. See, Stones now. I'm wearing Stones. Sorry, Debbie. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Right, last Sunday, I was looking after a gig for Mark Smith, Sound of the Sea, one of the promoters down here in the South Coast, and said, can you go and look after an event for me because I can't make it because I'm doing something else. So he was off doing something else, and I went down to the Brook and I looked after an evening, and there were some bands playing, some great bands playing. One of the bands that were playing was this band that I'm going to play you next. This is a fantastic band from Southampton. They are, I won't tell you an awful lot about them because I think that I'll let the music speak for itself. This is Lock and Load by Lock and Load.
Izzy, and you're listening to Nick Tann's Is This Thing On podcast.
See, how hard was that?
Very.
Right, now you've listened to Lock and Load by Lock and Load on the album Lock and Load, on Lock and Load Records. I will tell you that the oldest member of the band is 16 and the youngest member of the band is 14 or 15. I think it's 14. Can't remember. Anyway, so there you go. Not bad at all. I think you'll agree. Might not be your genre. Might not be your genre. But it might be your genre. Anyway, go to the website. All the links to everybody's websites, everybody's links and stuff are on the website. IsThisthingOnpodcast.com. Right, now it's come to the end of the podcast.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And at the end of my podcast, I always play one of my own tunes. Now, I kind of was going off the boil on playing my own tunes in previous podcasts, but now I've got this thing. I'm not too sure. It's called my big set list at the moment, which is not a great idea for it. a great title for it, but nevertheless, that's what it is. My big set list, my 2-hour set list with 24 songs so far. Hopefully, it's not going to get any more than that because I can't really,
You should colour code it.
Oh, see, that's typical of you. You should say that. You could colour code it. We've got pens here. Look, colouring pens. Remember these?
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
Right,
Do that with
colour
it.
code
And so what I've been doing. Not what I've been doing. What I've started to do with this one track, it's an old track of mine called "Don't," and I've just sort of demoed it basically. So this is a real rough old track. Actually, if you're interested in what I do, you should visit my website, which there'll be some. I'm going to put lots of jingles at the end of this podcast, as I usually do. By the way, I want to say hello to Radio Dentata, hello to Trax Radio in Australia, and of course the British end, which is UK Net Radio. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being so patient, and I hope you enjoyed listening to some of my old podcasts, although I've gone over the hour now, so you might not be listening to this because the podcast gets syndicated out to these different internet radio. Internet radio.
So did you just do shout-outs on your podcast?
Well, no.
Shout out to everyone driving in the cars.
No, I didn't do that. No, because there were some people, right? This is the situation. I get syndicated to. What happens is they pick up the feed from this podcast and they play it on their own radio station, internet radio station, Trax Radio, UK Net Radio, and Radio Dentata in America and Australia and England, respectively. And because I've been off for the last sort of 4 weeks, I said to them, maybe you could play some of my old podcasts, and that's what they've been listening to, old podcasts, not the new ones like what this one is like, innit? But I think they only play the first hour because the slot is only an hour, so they might have missed all this other stuff. But if they haven't, and if they're listening to it now, I just thought I'd say hi. It's this polite. It's just a nice thing to say. I thought it'd be nice. Like, oh yeah, we listen to Radio Dentata. You know. It's an odd site, Radio. Don't ever go to Radio Dentata. Don't go there. Don't go there. It's not for you. No, don't go there. It's a bad site. There's things.
What if they're still listening to it?
They're still there. No, they know what I mean. People listening to from Radio Dentata, they know what I mean. So, this is a track I recorded on last Wednesday when I was on strike. I was on strike last Wednesday. How about that? Woo for me. Don't care if you support me or not. Really couldn't give a monkeys. If you did, whatever. I don't care. Anyway, let's get this out of the way because it's Saturday night. It's 20 to 7, and I want to get this out of the way because we're going to go have some dinner, aren't we?
Woo,
we're going to have some food, and I'm going to open a bottle of wine because I deserve it. So I've double tracked a bit of this. I've put some double bass on it and a little bit of guitar and stuff. And well, there we go. I will speak to you all, and we'll speak to the nation next week. And you're gonna say you're not gonna be here next week, are you?
I'm not gonna be here next week.
You're not gonna be here next week. So yeah, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Take me for another fool now, don't. You've gone and broken every rule now, don't. You walk away and you think you're cool, well, don't. You didn't have to be that cruel, 'cause I, strong as I am, the fear of falling, you just couldn't understand. Just another bird, no, don't. You and me, it's just absurd, no, don't. Don't you say another word, no, don't. You get no points for coming third, 'cause I, strong as I am, the fear of falling, you just couldn't understand. Strong as I am, the fear of falling, you just couldn't understand. want me as I am, no, don't. I try to do the best I can, well, don't let you see that I'm the man, no, don't. That wasn't ever in the plan, 'cause strong as I am, the fear of falling, you just couldn't understand. Don't dream for things, they might come true, well, don't tell me that you want me to, well, don't not till you and him are through, well, don't, 'cause I could really fall for you, and strong as I am, the fear of falling, you just couldn't understand. As strong as I am, the fear of falling, you just couldn't understand.
Mummy? Yes, dear. Mummy, I want to hear some of Nick Tann's wonderful songs. Do you, dear? Yes, Mummy. What can I do? Well, dear, you can go to www.nicktann.co.uk. Will there be details of his gigs there too, Mummy? Yes, dear. Pictures of him and his instruments. Oh, Mummy, please say yes. Yes, dear. Will there be widgets too, to click on? You know, those ones that link to his blogs and his podcasts. Yes, dear. And links to his friends' websites too. Yes, dear. Mummy. Yes, dear. Are there links to simply everything that Nick Tann does there? Yes, dear. What was the address again, Mummy dearest? www.nicktann.co.uk. Oh, thank you, Mummy. Thank you so very much. Twitter.com Nick_Tann Twitter.com Nick_Tann Twitter.com Nick_Tann Twitter.com.
This is the Posh Bird, and you have been listening to Nick Tann's Is This Thing On podcast. Fucking good, wasn't it?